Oh my God, what the hell is this? He's gonna try it! And will this be enough? My God, Reagan takes him!
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Ruckus Wrastlin. I almost said Rev Sports Wrap It Up because I do intros for like 4 shows. But it is Ruckus Wrastlin. I am Josh alongside my tag team partner in this journey, Justin Toner. How are we doing, sir? I know you're sweating some things out.
Yeah, I'm trying to thankfully it's all keep my mind off the Red Sox-Yankees game going on right now. There's a scoreless tie at the moment. It's a pitching duel.
It is.
That makes me even more nervous.
I will say this before we get in the news because there's not a lot. Is Stanton the slowest base runner of all time?
He might be.
He runs in quicksand. Like he runs like he's on the beach.
You think he'd be able to run faster with how hard he can hit him?
Right. He is what was it? Last year he had the slowest base run of all time. And then I'm like, oh, maybe he was just a little bit hurt. No, that's how he runs. But he's not getting paid to steal bases. He's paid to get dingers, and he does that. So, but anyway, as far as news, like we said, there's really not a lot of news that happened this week until last night when Andrade re-debuted again or returned to AEW when the lights went out and he attacked Kenny Omega and joined the Don Callis family because we need another NWO. And it's just going to be the Don Callis family. There's 9 members now. Okay.
I'll get into more when we get to Dynamite, but the NWO vibes are like off the charts with the Don
This
Callis
is
family.
I think they're trying to do like New Japan where they have like there's like huge factions everywhere.
Did Bullet Club ever get this bloated?
Yes.
It did? Wow.
Yeah. And like you go look at Chaos and I forget the Latino name that was in multiple that Naito was a part of. They had a small member faction, but like Chaos and Bullet Club, they got up to like ridiculous amounts of numbers.
Ugh.
And remember, Bullet Club was spread out over multiple promotions. It was so large. So yeah, Bullet Club was and then NWO back then because they had NWO in the US, but they also had NWO Japan as well. So, So yeah. So is it way too much for the type of factions we're used to? Yes. But is it the biggest faction ever created? No. New Japan, they're the kings at that.
NWO at its most bloated, it had more people than this, but it's getting pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, it's getting ridiculous. But
anyway,
Andrade being back because he got fired, there was no 90-day or nothing. He could literally appear on the next wherever signed him.
Yeah,
we were not expecting him to go back to AEW for how much it went bad when he was there, but here we are. So,
I mean, everyone, including us, speculated that it's like it's possible he could go back to AEW if Tony wanted him. I mean, he left on good terms when he decided to not re-sign and go back to WWE because Triple H was in charge, and it's like, but between his divorce from Charlotte and then things not working out creatively, and then whatever happened with the wellness policy violations, which I don't know if we'll ever get the answers to that because that's pretty hush hush kind of stuff. So TK was like, why not? Come back, I'll pay you.
And maybe Andrade's like, fine. Some place is actually going to pay me. I'm not going to complain about booking.
Paycheck's a paycheck.
Yeah.
He's willing to shell out the money.
But you would think after WWE leaves, goes to AEW, complains about the booking, all the backstage stuff that we heard.
Oh, yeah. Right? He was complaining about the booking. He got into it with Sammy Guevara when he was last there. So I'm wondering what Sammy thinks out of he's back. I don't know if they smoothed things out before he left, but so it's we'll see how this goes, this run.
Yeah. According to Wrestle Talk, because I've kind of re-explored that, and according to Wrestle Talk, the reason him and Sammy got into it is because Sammy said that he was too stiff. in the ring.
That
was what caused it. I don't know. I mean, if that was the case, then freaking everyone would try and go blow for Bubba
that was
Ray.
back in like 2022 that happened.
Yeah. But he's back now. So you would think he'd be just line him up, tell me what to do. I'm game because you're paying me at this point.
Right.
Because it's not like he has anywhere else to go. That can get paid. He can get paid the money that AEW is paying him.
Yeah, I mean he can go wrestle the indies and even go like wrestle for CMML. It's like he's had a good relationship in the past, but he wouldn't make the kind of money that Tony can offer him. Yeah. So I was just like, okay.
First, that was kind of my reaction when Andrade was back. I was like,
first I was surprised. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. On that. So yeah, that's kind of our reaction of Andrade being back, but it's news. So
we'll see how it works out for him. But being stuck in and how big the Don Chaos family is right now, not exactly the best start. So
yeah. So
but starting off by attacking Kenny Omega, we'll see if that leads to something. So
right. And I guess with that, we can lead into the question of, let's just do a little history lesson here for all the folks at home. Of people like, wow, I've never seen a guy go from one promotion back to another promotion, back to another promotion, back to another promotion.
Go talk to Jeff Jarrett during the Monday Night Wars.
Yeah, go talk to Jeff Jarrett during the Monday Night Wars. X-Pac kind of did that.
Went to WWF, left WWF, went to WCW, left WCW, went back to WWF, and then left WWF again, went back to WCW, and was there until it folded.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not like we've seen this story before.
No,
it's like it's amazing how many times Jeff Jarrett jumped back and forth between WWE and WCW.
Yeah, X-Pac did it. He was in WWE's 1-2-3 Kid, goes to WCW, becomes X-Pac, and then comes back to WWE. But he never went back again. Correct?
No, he did not.
Okay, and then obviously Kevin Nash started out in WCW, went to WWE, made a name for himself.
Jeff Jarrett is like the equivalent because he went back and forth like twice.
Right. Okay. Because most of the time you didn't like really recreate. Only Jeff Jarrett was one that like you go to WCW, you go to WWE, you figure yourself out, and you don't go back, or you go to WWE, you go to WCW, make a name for yourself, and don't go back. It was never like what Jeff Jarrett did or what Andrade did, and of course Andrade wasn't like.
Also, Sid also counts because like. He started WCW. He went to WWE for a little bit. Went back to WCW. Went back to WWE. Not once, but twice. Then went back to WCW for a third time. Then, unfortunately, broke his leg, which unfortunately ended his career. Right when WCW was starting to really go down the toilet.
Right.
So
don't for you squeamish people out there, don't go looking up that video. For you sickos out there,
do yourself. Don't go watch the footage of him breaking his leg in that match.
Sid and Scott. Was it just Sid and Scott Steiner? That was it, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Did the Road Warriors do flip, or was it just Animal that did that?
I think it was just Animal. Because they didn't really, after their last like NWA run, they never really went back there. I can't remember. It's like they may have been brief, but they kind of came and went more definitely once because of various, especially because of Hawk's personal.
Didn't one of the natural disasters do it?
Oh yeah, Earthquake did it because he went to WCW and got a job thanks to Hogan, and then went back to WWE briefly, masked as Golga as part of the Oddities. That didn't last. It's like they gave him. It's like he wrestled like a dark match or two in the early 2000s, but wasn't like rehired. So
okay, yeah.
But it's been a while since we've seen someone jump back and forth between the two big companies this many times in a while. So
yeah, it really has. And really, this last time wasn't because of him just leaving like Jeff.
No. It's like there was whenever these wellness policy violations and it's like shit happened, and WWE was like, okay, bye.
Yeah. Small little nugget. I did see. Rich Holland had Liz Frank surgery.
Yeah, he got injured during the TNA tapings last week. Unfortunately, and it looks like he's gonna be out for a bit. Trick, he was a hired gun for Trick Williams to mess with Mike Santana over in TNA, try to slow him down ahead of their big title match at Bound for Glory.
Gotcha.
He had a match with Moose. He was wrestling Moose and he got injured. Had to be helped to the back.
Gotcha. John Cena's final match has been scheduled for Saturday night's main event on December 13th.
Yep.
So I guess the question is, who's going to be his final opponent?
That's the big debate: is who is going to be his final opponent.
A lot of options.
I actually, for me, I kind of hope it's Gunther.
Yeah.
Because then he can gloat about how he retired both Goldberg and John Cena in the same year.
That makes sense. I think they're still going to be playing the hits, though. And I think maybe the last one's going to be Roman.
Or Randy.
Well, Randy's already
did Randy, so they can't do it again.
He's already done Randy, Brock, AJ. Or he's going to do AJ.
Yeah, well, him and AJ are going to do one more time at Crown Jewel. He and Punk already had one.
Right, him and Punk. Obviously, Edge can't do it.
Yeah,
that would be the one that I would want, but he can't. I don't care what.
I don't know. I don't see him and Roman doing it one more time. I see maybe him and tangling with Brock one more time, maybe potentially in War Games. I think Gunther makes the most sense.
It does because he's worked with Logan, which people always complain about that. But then also, you know how it works. I had some of my buddies who don't even watch wrestling just text me and go, "Logan Paul's fighting John Cena." It works, guys.
Yeah,
they make headlines with it.
No, that would just add to Gunther's resume. It's like, I retired Goldberg and then I retired John Cena in the same year.
Yeah, because Gunther's been resting. So
yeah.
What injury was it, or he's just banged up?
It was some kind of nose injury, something, maybe a septum that he had to get surgery for. Hopefully he'll be back. I'm expecting him to show up back pretty soon.
Yeah, I do too. On that. And then another news, Invasion, not Invasion anymore.
Yeah, not anymore.
It's the same logo, but they did, instead of putting the V, they used the W in Showdown to do it because they named it Showdown because of it. It was taking place on a date that bad stuff happened on the same, and it was an invasion that happened. So,
some people understandably weren't thrilled that the show was called Invasion. It was happened to be taking place on October 7th, which is it'll be the 2-year anniversary of Hamas's attack on Israel 2 years ago, where a lot of people were murdered. So I get it. It's like they probably heard it like, oh yeah, no, let's avoid any controversy.
Yeah,
especially when it comes to that stuff. So we're gonna rename it Showdown.
Yeah. And we'll get into that when we go over to NXT because I have some thoughts. It feels like Invasion all over again in some ways, with who's on which team. But anyway, but that's there. Also, speaking about Wrestle Talk, they brought up that Raw's Netflix had the lowest rating it's had. Obviously, football has a play in it, but people now that they can just go back and watch it. And the way it's set up on Netflix, if you go back to watch it, it will just skip through the commercials. So you can, as long as you stay offline, you can go back and stream the episode without commercials. You can just click the button and they click a couple buttons forward or something like that. And it will, whatever remote you're using, and it will go forward. So I don't know if that, you look at, it's the same thing of like the show is live on air and the ratings aren't that great, but then they post stuff online and it blows up. So that's where I'm thinking is the live audience numbers. I've always expected them to be low.
Yeah, I mean, look at the video views for AJ's return on SmackDown. That's got almost 6 million views.
Right.
It had like several million views within like the first 48 hours. It's like, and then like her return promo is like on Raw the following week. It has almost as much. So it's like there's certain things that get people's attention. So it's like,
it's the fact of it's the sponsor stuff. It's like, well, why are we spending all this money? It's always down to the commercials. It always comes down to commercials. And WWE these days love them some commercials. So their commercials are everywhere. They're in the ring. They're on the chairs. They're on the ladders. They're on the tables. They haven't been on the stairs yet. I'm waiting for that. But he just got hit by the dude white stairs or something like that. I don't. It's bound to happen with the way that they're with these ads everywhere. But this is how slow the news week is, guys. Every social site was like, "Here's AJ Lee's new render." Yeah, that's how slow the news week's been.
Yeah, it's like Andrade returning to AEW was the biggest news item. Really, the other stuff was like just like minor bits and pieces. So
yeah.
So unless there's anything else you wanted to talk about, let's get to the happenings, starting with SmackDown last week.
Yeah, but I do want to give a shout out to the Vault. They are literally just streaming like all of Nitro and stuff.
Sorry, Yankees are up 2-0 now.
Okay, bases are loaded.
Bases are loaded with one out, and they already scored 2 runs.
Yeah. All right. But shout out to the WWE Vault. They're like just basically just streaming like all episodes of Nitro and Raw, like right around the big era. Like I tuned in, and it was was when Triple H was going to do a hardcore match with Dude Love, and then like the Jumbotron came up, and it was 3 things of Foley, and Cactus Jack came back, and all that other stuff. So that's where it left off with that. Mm-hmm. But I'm just buying time now as we go over SmackDown, where Paul Heyman opened the show cutting a promo when he was interrupted by Cody Rhodes, who asked him about him once again associating with Brock Lesnar. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed showed up, and Cody decided to attack them before they could attack him. And Randy Orton ran out to make the save. This set up a tag team match between them for next week's show. World Champion Stephanie Vaquer was backstage several times as she confronted each of the participants in the main event match to let them know she will beat whoever walks out as WWE champion at Crown Jewel Perth in the Women's Crown Jewel Championship match. The Street Profits defeat The Miz and Carmelo Hayes to become the #1 contenders for the WWE Tag Team Championships, and cool little ending to that I really enjoyed. Julie and Kiana James defeated Meechin and B-Fab. We've got to figure this out. Sami Zayn defeated Javon Evans to retain the WWE United States Championship. Well done. Anyway. Main event, Tiffany Stratton defeated Nia Jax and Jade Cargill in a triple threat match to retain the WWE Women's World Championship. Despite an initial botch finish, Jade also got busted open hard way when Nia threw her face into face first into the steel steps. Stephanie McCurry came down to the ring, and her and Tiffany had a stare down and exchange words ahead of their Crown Jewel match. As they came to close, go ahead and go to the bat first. We have been praising Nia Jax's new return.
Yes.
Because like she stopped, she finally got it down, all that stuff. And then this happened. She literally came back to old Nia, missing the kick out and just injuring Jade Cargill. I mean, she busted her open. That thing was
I don't know if it was all Nia's fault, because some people like watch the video and it doesn't look like Jade put her hands up enough to protect herself when she got thrown into the steps. So it's like it's like I'm not going to put all the blame on Nia for that one. I'm going to put some of the blame about the botched kick out finish. I don't know if that was like the ref or whatever. Now, in the old days, it used to be like if they don't kick out, the ref is not supposed to hesitate. You're supposed to count 3 and just shoot it. But apparently they've changed that, and but that was supposed to be the finish anyway. She was supposed to win the match anyway, so I don't know why the ref hesitated. It's like some people are thinking that maybe the timing was off, because I think it was sort of messed up, because Tiffany, I think, was supposed to interrupt Jade's pin attempt and then steal a pin, but she was late, and so Nia had to kick out, and that kind of threw, I think, everything out of whack for everybody. Okay. I think is my best guess. So it was not pretty. It's like the match was okay, but then like it's like everything from Jade getting injured, and it's like, holy shit, that was a nasty, nasty cut. It's like she posted some up close and personal of that's like that was a fucking deep gash she got, because she was bleeding like a mofo.
Yeah. And now, obviously, a lot of times when these type of things happen, good things happen for said wrestler, because people are like, "Oh, they're so badass," and they build on that. She can be a badass, but can she fix her in-ring work? That's the problem.
That's the thing. But Tiffany winning, thankfully, was the right outcome.
Yeah.
I wasn't worried about that because, I mean,
I'm so looking forward to this stuff.
how could you not have Stephanie versus Tiffany one-on-one?
Right.
It's like come on, man. It's like that's going to be a banger match.
It's the best feud Tiffany's had in forever, and it's not really a feud.
No, it's like it's more just like which one of us is better,
right?
There's a lot more story to Seth Cody, which is why I'm hyped for that because of their history. But yeah, that was just a total clusterfuck at the end there.
Yeah, this crown jewel, like champion versus champion, which they've done many times, but I'm sorry, just saying crown jewel itself, which the first event was last year. The way this build is going, it reminds me of like that first video game, like Assassin's Creed 1, for example. Like that was them just filling out what worked, what didn't, and just heard from the audience. And then the second one just was so much better, right? And you know those type of video games, like the first one's just kind of like, here's our baseline. Okay, we've got something going, like Borderlands, for example. Like Borderlands 1, it was good. We got the gist of it. And then Borderlands 2 was one of the greatest games I've ever played in my life. I'm not saying this is what's going to be the second crown jewel, but the build and the anticipation I have for these two matches of Cody Seth and Stephanie Tiffany is so much better than what I was feeling last year with the crown jewel. Granted, it helps to be in a different place that has better situations going on as far as human beings, but it just to me, that was just the one thing that I just realized. I'm like, Cody Seth is good, and I'm excited for Tiffany's Stephanie.
Yeah, I'm excited for both matches because both matches are going to be great, and at least we got like story implications for Cody Seth at least. And sorry, I just happened to check and they scored more runs. So things are looking good for the Yankees at the moment. So, but anyway, back to the show. So yeah, it's like I'm not a fan of the champion versus championship stuff usually, but at least these two matches are going to be good. I mean, overall, the card for Crown Jewel Perth is actually looking really good at this point with the 4 matches we got so far. But yeah, I mean, SmackDown is such a slog right now, dude. If it wasn't for Sami Zayn's open challenge, this show would just be the shits.
Yeah, Sami Zayn's open challenge has been great because that people were like, "Oh, Javon Evans, like that's exactly why this open challenge works because you can test the waters." Now, obviously, we had Randy versus Javon. Javon got a little botchy at the end against Randy, but this match totally highlighted Javon so much. I mean, he got the crowd behind him. Who when there wasn't a big huge pop, it was cool to have Booker on there. Because it felt like you kind of had like an NXT light type of match. But Kate, what's up, Caden?
Hey, Caden.
I hope you're healing up all right, man.
Yeah, hopefully you're doing all right.
Yeah. But that's it's been the highlight of the show. Now I will say though, the ending to the Miz Street Profits stuff was cool.
I like that where the Mello finally is tired of the Miz's bullshit and it was like, no, fuck you.
Yeah,
I'm not saving your ass.
Right. We've got to.
Yeah,
I think we're treading water right now with Julia, man.
Oh my god, dude. Ugh. It's like this is part of the overall problem with SmackDown was the lack of depth and especially in the wisdom. It's like. Cool. Glad you're doing better. Just like I was kind of like surprised that she just like pinned Michin. I thought, hey, you pinned B-Fab and then you set up a rematch between Michin and Julia. Nope. She pins Michin clean. No problem. It's like, okay, well, so much for a rematch there. Now what? I mean, the match was fine. The match was actually fine. It's just I felt bad for him because the crowd just was dead for most of it. They didn't seem to give it care. I mean, they kind of get into it when like Julia actually does like her stuff, but it's just like this is the problem where you don't have people who are over to go against her because it's like that helps get her heat as the bad guy. But if they don't give a fuck about Michin and B-Fab, well, they're supposed to give a fuck about them as the bad guys,
right? And the thing is. I mean, Chelsea tried all she could to get the U.S. title over, But really, of the mid-card women's titles, since they've introduced them, the only one to make that title worth a shit is Becky Lynch. And if you have to have one of your top main event, like one-of-one superstars to get a mid-card title over, cool. John Cena's, United States Open Challenge was great. And Sammy is right in the perfect spot to do the open challenges. Like, this is just to revisit it. And sometimes you might need to do that. And it helped Lyra. But if Lyra won that championship back, guarantee whoever they have next is going to go back down the card because the fans don't care unless there's 4 or 5 of the women.
Yeah, I mean, I see now why they did what they did at SummerSlam, because they have this long-term storyline between her and Bayley, and Bayley going 3 faces of Foley with a split personality issue going on. Yeah, no, it's like they really need to call some of the people from NXT to help on SmackDown at this point, seriously, especially on the women's side. I mean, God, they could. It also doesn't help that Bianca's still out injured, so that's a big hole too when you don't have the EST on the show either. But like they need like Jordan Grace and some others to get to breathe some life in that show. It's like Jordan Grace and some of the other women, it's like Sol Ruckus or Jada Parker, or it's like, whoever they feel is ready to be called up could really help. It's like exactly. It's like the mid card on the other side. It's weird. It's like both tag team title belts are really soft, especially more so on Raw, because it's like they're hardly defending again anymore. It's like once again with Judgment Day, they're in limbo because the storyline with Dom and the Americanos takes precedence, and they don't give a fuck about the tag titles right now. At least with Becky being the IC title, it means something, and it's felt like it's meant something. Mm-hmm. And the feud with Lyra really helped that. And what happened on Raw this week with Maxine is an obvious setup for Becky and AJ Lee going one-on-one for the title. Right. So. Which will be great. So it's just really frustrating just seeing all the booking issues going on in SmackDown. I thought the opening thing was fine with Cody and them. It's more storyline set up, and so again, a little more teases. Randy taking a nice long look at that WWE title belt.
It's like, is the Judgment Day going to break up, or how many times is Randy Orton going to maniacally stare at the championship?
Right. It's like how much longer before Randy turns on Cody? It's like they've been teasing it since last year.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's cool to see. It's anytime we get Randy and Cody, just for the history and everything that they have. And no, I love the opening promo.
Yeah.
Between them, and I just every time Cody and Heyman, that their chemistry is so good together, because he always says Mr. Heyman, and like it's always a little bit different than the typical Paul Heyman does his thing, and then the other wrestler says XYZ. Like, even though Roman is a different thing, but even with CM Punk, it feels different in a good way when Cody and Heyman, because we don't get it all the time, number one. But when they do, it's magic. And it's cool. I mean, you can tell they are really invested in the Braun Bronze. So I will say that with how they're putting the Braun Bronze are everywhere.
Yeah, they are, which I'm fine with because I love the Braun Bronze. Yeah. So, but it made sense, especially with him. Like, so what's going on with you and Brock, Heyman? What's up? Are you guys getting back together? What's going on? And he, of course, he's not answering that, and so they're definitely setting up that Brock's going to play a part in this storyline, because of the Heyman and him reassociating again, which not surprisingly, because I'm expecting Brock to help the Vision in War Games. So, so that was fine. I'm glad. I thought, we're going to get a tag match. I'm glad that they like, no, we'll have Randy and Cody take on the Braun Bronze next week. I'm like, okay, good. Okay. It's like, because I already thought like, well, they already got the women's. They already said that the triple threat was going to be the main event. So, like, at least build something next week. Try to get people to tune in. I thought that was a smart move. But yeah, the highlight of the show was Sami Javon. Oh God, that was off the hook. Holy shit.
Yeah.
What a coming out party on the main roster for Javon, showing what he can do. And this was a nice follow-up to NXT, because NXT Homecoming Sammy was there and was, kind of like encouraging him. And so this was a nice kind of like follow up to that, where Javon's like, okay, I'm going to answer your open challenge, Sammy. I'm game. Let's go.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, Sammy just randomly being backstage. I forgot about that.
Yeah. It's like he was there to see Javon because he likes Javon and was like kind of like pumping him up, saying, it's like, go prove yourself. So this was a nice follow up to that, where he's like, okay, it's like, I'll challenge you.
Yeah. And like the respect and everything they showed after the match, and the crowd, that you got the crowd, man. That's the thing. When you've got something is when you get the crowd. I mean, they were on their feet about those near falls. And his super cutter is so clean.
Yeah.
What is that? What they call it? Just a super cutter?
The air time he gets on that cutter is crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like, dear God, him versus X Division champion Leon Slater for the title at Bound for Glory is going to be crazy.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, it's just there's stuff there for SmackDown.
Those guys are both only 21 years old.
Yeah,
and they're already that as good as they are. Just imagine in a couple of years from now. Oh boy. Yeah. Those two are the future.
Dude, those two versus the Rascals. Oh my God. That would be so cool.
Don't start drilling now. Don't drill on your keyboard now.
Them versus the Rascals, man. Yeah. Anyway, going on to, but yeah, it's just, you can just tell that they're putting it out there, and there is heart behind the show. It's just not connecting.
No, that confused people. It's like that there was never going to be an Oba Trick rematch or Ricky versus Trick title for title. What Ava said in the announcement was that because of what happened in Oba Trick, that ended in a DQ bullshit finish, that everyone will be banned from ringside in the Hardys versus Dark State title versus title match to make sure that there is an actual winner, not another BS finish.
Gotcha. But don't you feel that was just before we move on to NXT? Don't you really think like it feels like the heart is there, but the booking is just not connecting. It's like when the wrestlers are doing the best with what they've got, but it's just not working for the fans, and it seems like a slog. And I don't know. You need to shake it up on SmackDown altogether. Yeah,
they really do. They really need to shake up the show because it's of all WC show. The rankings for the WWE shows right now are, I give the slight edge to Raw. Raw's had its issues lately, but it's still the best show. NXT is definitely number 2, and like SmackDown is a distant third right now. It's
yeah. But speaking about number 2, WWE NXT No Mercy, Javon Evans defeated Josh Briggs. Sol Roca defeated Jada Parker to retain the WWE Speed Women's Championship. Jada replaced Lainey Reed, who was not medically cleared to compete. Jordan Grace defeated Blake Monroe in a weaponized steel cage match. Ethan Page defeated Tavion Heights to retain the North American Championship. JC Jane defeated Lola Vice to retain the Women's Championship, thanks to help from a masked figure. Well, who could that be? Main event, Ricky Saints defeated Oba Femi to be the NXT champion. So,
I forgot to include the Invasion Now Showdown announcement during the show, which was basically that they're good, and we'll get into more detail, that they're going to do Survivor Series matches between NXT and TNA for the Showdown show, and the Dark State versus Hardys tag title versus tag title match with everyone banned from ringside. And we got another match added, and we'll get to that in NXT to spice things up. So, but so what do you feel about No Mercy here?
I thought it was. I mean, and Ricky Oba killed it. Jordan and Blake were awesome. I love like the whole hair cutting thing and the scissors and
that was. I was like, oh my God. Props to Jordan. I don't know if those are extensions or that was her real hair that she let Blake cut, but those were chunks. There was chunks of her hair all over the ring after that. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like a lot of the booking and storylines HBK is doing in NXT these days. I mean, it's like, oh yeah, it was definitely better than WrestlePalooza for sure.
Yeah.
No question. But yeah, I really loved the Jordan and Blake's feud is great. And this weaponized steel cage match I thought was a lot of fun. And yeah, Jordan needed the win because she hasn't had a lot of wins lately. So it's like she really needed the win here. I'm glad that she won the match. There was some really, I like the, I know some people felt like some of the spots are jokey, but there was still a lot of intense hate in a lot of the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I liked she with the fake out with the thumbtacks, and it was like diamonds. It was like, ooh. But yeah, when she used the hairdryer to tie her ropes and did the haircut, that was wild. And then like the white noise through the table to finish, I thought that was a great ending. Is like also shout out to Blake Monroe with her Dudley's tribute outfit for the match.
That's right. Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, no, and yeah, I mean, as soon as Blake turned on Jordan, we're like, yeah, finally. We get a really good feud, and these women have delivered.
This is the best non-title feud in NXT right now.
Yeah,
and I'm good with the rubber match if they're going to go for a rubber match between these two. So, but
Ethan beating Tavion. Go ahead.
Sorry, if Jordan is not going to win the NXT title from JC Jane, then she should be called up after this feud because like we said, SmackDown needs her.
Right.
Badly.
Yeah. With the Ethan Tavion, I thought the match was fine, but it was just a match. It really wasn't.
It was good. It wasn't great.
It wasn't anything special.
Yeah. It's like Tavion's getting there. It's like if they give him some more stuff to do. Miles is definitely like a bit ahead of him as far as like Miles is getting more over with the crowd than Tavion is at the moment. But I think with the right stuff, Tavion can get there. So. We like Tavion here, so we're hopeful. But it's still a good showing against Ethan nonetheless. Speed match was what it was. It was only, it's only you only got 5 minutes. You can do so much, but I did appreciate that they gave the spot to Jada Parker to replace Laney Reed. And they used that to further the feud between her and Lash because Lash showed up and during the match and contributed to Jada getting her soul snatched and losing the match. I thought Josh Briggs was good. That was a good opener. I was like my heart wanted Little Vice to win, but the way they built it, I was just like Laney Reed's gonna fuck her over. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, as soon as Jasmine Nix left and Laney Reed stuff, I was like,
and then that final segment, the back between them, it was so telegraphed.
Yeah,
it was gonna screw her out of winning the title.
Right.
So
and
I felt bad because like Lola's family was there at ringside. Her father was really cheering her on. It's like so.
This did exactly what NXT was hoping for Lola Vice, though. Like she was popular, but their vignettes and stuff like that. This was all to get her over, even though she didn't win, and it did it.
I hope this isn't I hope she gets a rematch. I hope this is not just like a one and done thing.
Yeah, because ever since she became the #1 contender in the feud that her because then people already knew it's like, yeah, you're better than JC. Like everyone had that mindset, and so then they really got behind her. And then what she's doing with the TNA stuff, like they're definitely has pushed Lola to that next level of that star. Yeah,
because the fact that they re-signed her for several more years, that means that there was a deal she was happy with, and it shows that they are invested in her. They believe that she can really be a big star in the main roster. Between the push she's had, how often she's been used in the crossover shows with AAA for Worlds Collide, it's clear that they're very high on her. So
yeah. Do you think, going back to Ethan, I just had this thought when you were talking about Miles Bourne, because that makes sense of like Miles Bourne being the next North American NXT champion.
They're teasing it. They're teasing stuff between him and Ethan. So I think I think Miles is probably going to get the next shot.
And then you can have either Tavion goes heel or something, because then him and Miles go after one another for it. I think that would be a better story.
Yeah,
at least I don't think they're going to pull that trigger, but that would be at least intriguing, because I think Miles Bourne, with where his trajectory is right now, he'll be the one to dethrone Ethan.
Yeah, absolutely. And I really enjoyed Oba and Ricky. I was wondering how he was going to beat Oba, because I was like, there's no fucking way he's going to be able to Rochambeau Oba Femi. So they decided to go, he's just going to spam DDTs until he knocks him the fuck out. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, that was when
It's a little weird, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah, because it's like the DDT has been just, it's kind of like this. It's like the worst version of the super kick. So like,
it hasn't been
it's
treated
not
like
a double arm. It's not. It's just a DDT.
Yeah. After Jake the Snake, the DDT was treated just like another move. It wasn't treated like a finisher. So unless you do like a more like unique style, like
John Moxley.
Nickel used the double underhook DDT. As
Moxley's
Andrade does it. Moxley kind of does the lifting DDT. Yeah. So like it just the regular classic DDT is not considered like a finishing move anymore.
But he jumped off the ropes, Justin, so he came down with more force.
Right. Well, also he DDT'd him on the announce desk and it didn't break. So then he followed up with two more, including one that was basically like a tornado DDT, and that finally knocked Oba out.
Yeah, but it was. But what like if you see all the reactions too, it was the same thing with me.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah. But when the pin happened, people were like, "Oh, yeah, that was it."
They were. Yeah, it wasn't like a big a pop as you expect. I think it was because you could see there was a lot of people who were excited that Ricky won, but it was also kind of like holy shit, he won,
right? Because it's Oba. Like I don't care how over Ricky can get.
He's been a wrecking machine ever since he won the title.
Yeah. So, and do you think at this point, like,
feels like he's about ready to be called up if he dropped the title?
Yeah, and SmackDown needs him.
Well, hey, what's up, GIF?
Hey, GIF. But yeah.
So yeah, no, I'm happy for Ricky. It's like I knew eventually that he was going to be NXT champion. So he's really getting the right treatment here in NXT. He's been North American champion, now he's NXT champion. So so if he finishes strong with this NXT title run, he's going to be in good shape heading to the main roster when they decide to call him up.
Yeah. Do you think he goes heel before he goes to the main roster?
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, no, we were talking about that earlier. GIF. Him and the Open Challenger are the saving grace of SmackDown right now because otherwise the show's shit.
So far, we have been batting 1,000 on the Sami Zayn US Open Challenge and the challenges that they're doing.
Yeah, he's delivered nothing but banger matches.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, no. Anything else?
Nope. Overall, I thought No Mercy was a pretty good show. Very entertaining. So good job, NXT and HBK.
Yeah, good job. All right, let's move on to Monday Night Raw, where Rhea Ripley opened the show, cutting a promo challenging Asuka and Kairi Sane to come out and fight after what they did to her and Io last week. Io came out and said Rhea was right about them, but they are her family. She still loves them. The Kabuki Warriors then appeared on the video screen. Asuka told Io that she taught Io everything she knows and helped mold her into a champion, but then became ungrateful. She will forgive Io if she just apologizes to her and becomes loyal student again like Kairi, who says they can be family again. Rhea asked Io if she's actually considering it, but Io is still all conflicted and says she needs time to think and goes to leave. But then the Kabuki Warriors attack Rhea from behind in the ring. Io runs back in to try and reason with them, but Asuka spits blue-green mist into Io's face for it. The Kabuki Warriors beat them both down and stand tall to end the segment. Dominic Mysterio defeated Rusev to retain the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Raquel Rodriguez defeated Bayley. The Judgment Day started a beatdown after the match, but Lyra Valkyria made the save, and this time Bayley thanked her. Io Sky was shown getting medical attention for the mist in her face. Kairi Sane walked up, telling her to apologize to Asuka. Io told her to leave her alone. Kairi handed her a photo of the three of them and then left. Rhea showed up afterwards, and Io told her she talked to Adam Pearce, and she and Rhea will face the Kabuki Warriors in a tag match at Crown Jewel Perth. Rhea wanted to make sure she can trust Io in this fight, and she told Rhea she can, and they shared a hug. LA Knight defeated Kofi Kingston. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee defeated Los Americanos of Bravo and Rayo with El Grande Americano. In the main event, the Usos defeated the Vision in a tornado tag team match thanks to help from returning Roman Reigns. Roman celebrated the victory with his cousins to close out the show. So a lot happened. Justin, where do you want to start?
I like that the opening segment followed up on one of the best storylines on Raw right now. Io and Rhea versus the Kabuki Warriors. I'm glad that they immediately started the show with that storyline and to follow up on what happened at the end of last week, which was awesome. I love Io, and a lot of people are understandably right to criticize her. I don't know. Some people like to go bad acting. I'm not going to say it was that bad, but it's like she's not going to win any Emmy awards. It's like is all I'm going to say. But I still liked how the storyline progressed here, where especially the way Asuka's acting, because she's acting like a total dick. It's like, I made you who you are, and you're being so ungrateful, but I'll forgive you. You just need to apologize, and then you can be my lackey again, just like Kyrie. See how it's I just love, and also the trolling on social media that Asuka's doing to Io and Rhea has been fantastic.
Did you see the Smurf one?
My favorite is the X-Men animated series meme with Io in the place of Wolverine.
Oh yeah. Yeah, with the picture, but yeah, she just posted one today of Rhea and Io with Smurf hats on. Yeah, like the Smurf hat stuff.
Yeah, her trolling has been epic with the heel turn.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it made sense, and it finally got to where we were hoping this was going. Io and Rhea against Kabuki Warriors at Crown Jewel Perth, because you're not going to have a big show in Australia without Rhea on the card. So. Oh, that reminds me. I think we may get Charlotte Alexa against Soraka and Zarya because of that backstage segment.
Oh, that's right.
Because Zarya's from Australia, so I will not be surprised if they add that match to the show at some point, because it's like they're eyeing the tag titles, and I think that will be a way to help further the potential issues between the two of them to lead toward the breakup. So, yeah, no, yeah, it's like Raw has been up and down lately. It's thankfully yes, we had the Usos against the Braun Browns again in the main event, but I was expecting Roman to show up, and he did. So that first, that storyline, that's, we're building toward War Games. So I like the backstage segment with Becky laying out Maxine Dupree setting up a match next week, which will definitely lead to AJ coming back, because Maxine brought up AJ Lee, which pissed Becky off, which led to her beating her up anyway. So, and besides, Punk's back next week, so if Punk's going to be there, AJ's going to be there. So,
why? What do they have? Okay.
I loved AJ Styles saying, "Thanks to you guys, I get to beat up John Cena again."
Yeah, I get to beat up John Cena again. Yeah, I love that. The Dominic getting the crowd getting the pop for him when he cheated and beat Rusev.
It's funny. He is really over. Like, the fans like him as a babyface, but he's still a heel. So it makes things a little interesting. So I thought it was just Bizarre World because of AAA, but it's translating over to Raw. I do love the fact that the ref caught Dominic trying to pull the Eddie Guerrero and was like, no. I saw that shit. You're not getting away with that.
Yeah.
And then, but he used another distraction to get the classic low blow in behind the ref's back so he could beat Rusev this time. I hope this isn't a one and done thing. I hope Rusev gets his revenge and just fucking murders Dom and gets the title.
Yeah. Please, for the love of God, let Roxanne win one, because you keep doing Roxanne loses and Raquel wins, then Roxanne loses, then Raquel wins, and it's the same thing over and over again.
Because they're doing Lyra and Roxanne again next week, so Lyra beat her last time, so I would hope Roxanne finally gets a win. It is a little annoying that she's lost a lot lately, but she's heavily featured in a storyline here, and she's on every week, so it's like it's not like the end of the world. It's just come on, guys, give her some wins, man.
Yeah, and plus that finish was just so blah, like her just raking the eyes, and then Raquel. It just be more creative, a little bit more creative.
I do love the camaraderie though between Roxanne and Raquel. It's like that.
Oh yeah, it's there now.
Yeah, it's like they're BFFs now. So when Liv comes back, that's going to make things really interesting for where is Raquel's loyalty going to be at?
I think Raquel's going to side with Roxanne, because Roxanne and Raquel need each other more than Liv needs either one. Because if you split one of them up, either. I mean, if you split Raquel and goes back to Liv, Roxanne, you have nothing behind her.
Plus, Roxanne treats Raquel with respect as a partner and she doesn't boss her around or tell her what to do. They act like a team.
Right.
Whereas, even before she was injured, Liv would boss Raquel around, and stuff like that. Remember how she was getting all pissed off at Raquel, in the early days when Roxanne was in the group before she got injured.
Right.
So I think that's gonna definitely make it easier for Raquel to choose Roxanne over Liv when Liv comes back. But they'll tease it, and then it'll be shocking because they're gonna have Liv be babyface. So it's that will help the babyface turn if Raquel makes it look like she's siding with Liv, but then turns on her and sides with Roxanne and Judgment Day. So,
what are we thinking of the Los Americanos?
Yes, yeah, it's exact. Yeah, it's pissing us all off. Yeah, it is what it is. If it allows them to be on TV and not be in catering, it's I look forward to when the unmasking happens and but we'll see how long they can drag this out. I think they're just trying to keep things going until Chad comes back, and then things will go into another gear.
Yeah, probably. They did have an interview segment for the international fans with Finn and JD, and they asked Finn about the tag team titles, and he was just like, why do we have to defend them? So for those who don't know, that was one of the things that happened. LA Knight finally won a singles match, but I don't know what they're wanting. They need to do something with him differently because he's earned the right to go after the WWE Championship and hold the title, and the crowd still pops for him, but the booking's not doing anything for him. It just feels like he's in purgatory. He's not a mid-carder, but he's not a main eventer. He's just right there. And either crap or get off the pot, turn him heel, do something. But I don't. Do you get that? He's just in purgatory.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting that vibe myself, to be honest.
Yeah. But yep. And like we were saying, at least they're using Pete and Tyler. But they are extremely good. What? Oh, okay. So for the main event stuff, I'm now going to start a bingo card of how we can make Roman have time off. So we had a curb stomp. We had a tsunami. I forget, there was a third one. Someone, Caden, help me out here. I think this next one, it will be a concerto by Seth Rollins or something like that. Or, they spear Roman so many times that he has internal bleeding, so he's out indefinitely there. That could possibly be it. I could keep going. But I just, if everyone out there, just have a bingo card of what makes Roman take time off, just so he can come back 2 or 3 months later to a massive pop, which is why our title is Roman Reigns returns for the 742nd time. I'm not sitting there saying I'm not mad about it, because I'm not. And the whole Usos with Jay going more like that shot at the end with Roman giving the pep talk to Jay, and Jimmy just like, no, this ain't right, man. I don't like this vibe. So the thing is, with it, that all being said, I know this is speaking about Roman coming back for the 742nd time. This is chapter 7. This is actually chapter 452?
Return number XXX.
And as far as the bloodline stuff. Mm-hmm. So this is chapter, I don't know what inning we're in. This is a rain. This is what, no, Justin, we're in the 5th inning of the bloodline. That was just a rain delay. Right. So that's where we're at with the bloodline stuff. And
exactly.
It still works. But it's just we've seen this before. It literally was the start of the bloodline when he kind of got Jay to be on his side, and he was his, right-hand man to the tribal chief. And then Jimmy came back and challenged it. It's a little different version, but it's still the same beat with different lyrics right now. So I'm still intrigued, which is the strangest thing about it, because I've seen this before. And you would think I'd be tired of it, but I'm not.
Yeah.
So that's what I've got on the whole Jimmy J Roman stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So I feel the same way.
Yeah. Anything else on Raw? Oh, I'm not getting this Bailey stuff yet. I don't know where it's going, but I'm also not like there.
I'm still giving it some time before I poo-poo it. So, but it's not there where I'm thinking it's good. It's got potential. I'm just, I do appreciate the efforts Bailey putting into how she switches from good Bailey to heel Bailey at the especially under stress, where like she's in like good old babyface hugger mode, and then she gets stressed and turns into heel Bailey. Hey idiot!
Right.
So, and I appreciate also Lyra's work where she's like, I don't what the fuck is going on here? What is wrong with her?
Yeah. Yep. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I can see where you can go with it, but right now it's stumbling out of the gate a little bit for me. That's the only thing.
I get that.
But other than
LA
that,
Knight's just spreading water, poor guy. Hopefully better things. It's like it's like they got nothing for the New Day. It's just like I will just have him beat up New Day to give him a win.
yeah, and then I think Kofi kind of got tweaked something during the match.
Yeah, hopefully he's okay.
Yeah. And Xavier Woods is doing everything he can to get stuff over.
He can. Yeah, he's putting in the work.
Yeah.
So and the Cody and of course the Cody Seth face off I thought was fantastic stuff. I really like it because it comes off to me, even though Seth's like we were never friends, I think Seth's lying to himself. Because it's like he just can't stand the idea that Cody has his number and that he has to prove that he can beat Cody. Like him being all like, I have to beat Cody. I have to beat Cody. And he was like, Are you okay? it's becoming an obsession for him that he's got to beat him at Crown Jewel,
right.
Which he will because he needs the win back.
And I'm with you on him saying, it was just a means to an end. Like Cody was a pawn.
I don't think he was being completely honest with himself.
It just narratively, it just doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. That's why I'm saying that I think it's Seth lying to himself that it's like, because look at the way he was staring at the watch and everything. And like last week, he was like, was this a genuine thing of friendship? But then this week, he's like, we were never friends. He's just saying that out loud to justify, his behavior. It's like,
did you speaking about the watch? You see Roman's on the internet thing?
No.
Yeah. Well, just go ahead with your statement. I'm gonna pull it up. With the watch and with Seth Rollins, and see if I can find that.
Yeah, no, the whole thing with it's like the stuff between Cody and stuff. They're doing a good job building this match based off their history. So I'm digging it. I thought I saw something. Was it like something he said like after the show?
Yeah. Here, let me get this up for you people. This is why we're live. We're just gonna show you here.
Listening means the world to me. They're not losing.
So I don't know what's up with the watches, man.
Very interesting.
I don't know what's up with the watches. So you don't have to have Roman involved with the watch stuff, but he wouldn't have just taken it off and done that if, and that was Roman Reigns' TikTok channel.
Mm-hmm.
He posted it too. So, who knows? But it got me talking about it with that. But yeah, it just with if you go back and look what all Seth did just to dethrone Roman, like, does he hate Roman that much that he'll let Cody win that title just so he can go away? It's hard for me to wrap my head around on that. And maybe they might just say, "Here, go ahead and do it." The audience will just go with it. But it just, when you've kept up with it, the storyline, that's the soap opera, guys. And sometimes, and I know soap operas have a lot of continuity errors, but it just doesn't make sense for the character development.
Yeah.
Yep, that's me breaking down. Like it's a book or something.
Right.
Like this is James Patterson didn't write this book.
So overall, I thought Raw was pretty solid.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, like agreed. The Kabuki Warriors Rhea EO stuff has been one of the best storylines going.
So I mean, Crown Jewel's is off to a pretty good start here. We've got
it is.
Cody Seth, Stephanie Tiffany, Io and Rhea against Kabuki Warriors, and Cena versus AJ Styles. I mean, that's already a pretty awesome lineup. And
how many matches is that?
That's 4. So hopefully we'll get at least 1, maybe 2 more. I want it to be more than 5. It's like give us
AJ Becky.
AJ Becky, and maybe a 6 would be Charlotte and Alexa against Zawruka from NXT.
So that might be the 6 there. Who knows? We shall see. All right, let's move on to Dynamite. Kenny Omega and Brodito defeated Josh Alexander, the Young Bucks, in a 6-man tag team match. Alexander attacked Kenny after the match while he was talking with the Bucks. Jurassic Express ran out for the save, but Kenny got into it with Jack Perry over his past heel actions with the Elite. But the Express got into it with the Bucks and fought to the back. Kenny cut a promo about AEW Dynamite celebrating his 6th anniversary when the lights went out, and when they came back on, Andrade was in the ring and attacked Kenny, making his return to AEW. Don Callis went in and shook his hand, showing he had joined the family. Kyle Fletcher defeated Orange Cassidy to retain the AEW TNT Championship thanks to the help from El Clon, Hologram's evil twin, who pretended to be the injured hologram. They attacked Orange after the match, and the conglomeration made the save. El Clon and the entire Don Callis family stood tall on the ramp afterwards. There's 9 members now, guys, not counting Don Callis. Hangman Adam Page and the Ops defeated the Death Riders in a 6-man tag team match. Joe got into an argument with Hangman after the match, which set up Hangman versus Samoa Joe for the AEW World Championship at WrestleDream. Tony Storm defeated Tay Mello after the match. Tony cut a promo challenging Chris Statlander to a rematch for the AEW Championship. Women's Championship at WrestleDream, which she later accepted. The Gates of Agony defeated Blake Christian and Lee Johnson. The Hurt Syndicate came out after the match and attacked them. In the main event, Darby Allin and Chris Statlander defeated the Death Riders, Wheeler Yuta and Marina Shafir. In a mixed tornado tag team match, Tony Storm came out to confront Statlander after the match, and they brawled to the back. Then the Death Riders attacked Darby and held him down for Moxley to cut a promo, him promising he will make him say, "I quit," at the pay-per-view, and they left him laying in the ring to close out the show. Shout out to the before I get your thoughts, just real quick shout out to Marina Shafir taking thumbtacks through the feet.
Yeah, that's not pleasant.
That's not pleasant. That's not pleasant. But yeah, I'll get your initial thoughts on that.
It's like Caden kind of sums up my feelings about the show. It's like this show was a slog. This was a slog to get through. It's like, I mean, they're setting up some good matches for WrestleDream, but it's just like the setup for Hangman Samoa Joe felt really fucking lazy. Oh, Samoa Joe gets pissed off just because of him shoving the title belt into his chest. I mean, it's like, come on, you can't come up with something better than that. It felt
at least
really
they did something and not just, hey guys, this would be a cool match.
Yeah.
Which they've done many a time. So at least they gave it some.
I mean, the Andrade return was a nice surprise, but then he immediately joins the Don Callis family. I'm like, whatever. And then El Clone joins the Don Callis family. Like, who isn't a member of the Don Callis family at this point? It's fucking ridiculous. The how bloated this faction is. I cannot wait for Takeshita to turn face and get out of that faction. Yeah. Because it's like thankfully they're building toward it. Because him and Okada are like just about had enough of each other. And Don Callis is only gonna be able to keep the peace for so long before Takeshita's finally had enough of this bullshit. I mean, honestly, Kyle Fletcher doesn't even need Don Callis anymore. It's like he doesn't need Callis to be over as a heel. It's like he already does a good job, I think, as it is. Yeah, exactly. It's like it came off and just I was like, okay, yes, Hangman versus Samoa Joe, that's an awesome match, but it's like that's how you set it up. It's like I think you could have done a better job with that. Yeah, exactly. It's like this is what we should have gotten in the first place was Tony and Statlander 1-on-1. At least but it's like ass backwards. It's like I do appreciate Tony's like, okay, you beat me in that match, but that was a clusterfuck 4-way. Let's see if you can beat me when it's just you and me and nobody else involved. So I'm like, okay, I'm cool with that. So that should be good. And you know, it's like Darby and Moxley doing an I Quit match, that's just more of an excuse for them to do awful things to each other. So that's going to be what it is. But at least we got some matches that are definitely have me looking forward to Wrestle Dream compared to like the most of the matches for All In. So
I am very excited to see. I honestly am. I don't remember the last time Tony and Chris went 1-1. So I'm really excited for that. And it's nice to see Chris, who's been there since the beginning, get the strap for finally. I don't think it's going to be very long. I think Tony Pryde's she's going to end up winning it back from her. But at least it's nice to see Chris get acknowledgement of all the work that she's put in for that. Just so you know, as far as the Down Callis family being bloated with 10 total members, we did discuss, we did say something about Bullet Club. I looked it up.
Oh God, yes. It's like she's gonna find herself a partner so she can try to get the tag titles. It's like, give me a break.
Okay, so I looked up some numbers here on the Bullet Club as far as huge factions, because to me that was like the first thing that came to mind. So Bullet Club, we really don't know how many members were there all at once at one time, but over its history, it's had 63 members of the Bullet Club. So I don't think the Don Callis family is bloated compared to that, but compared to how that promotion is set up, it's very large for that. And there might be like, because Bullet Club got to the point where there was like subgroups of Bullet Club.
Right.
So, I mean, you literally had like Bullet Club was in with Ace Austin and stuff like that. TNA had Bullet Club, and then there was Bullet Club Gold in AEW, and then we had and then at one point when ROH was popping, they had a Bullet Club there, and then they always had Bullet Club over in New Japan. So it was they were spread over multiple promotions too. So, and it was still like that thing was hot for what, like 8 to 10 years. I mean, it's still going, but because I guess what's ever going on over there, because I don't keep up with New Japan anymore. But I thought again, the matches are always fun. It's just the stories are all the F over the place. So it's hard for us to really get fully engaged because it feels like you're just watching just another match against another match. But because the 6-man tag with Kenny and Brodito and Josh Alexander and the Bucks were great. I enjoyed the heck out of that. And the whole Jurassic Express stuff, like I like that stuff. But then you had the lazy booking and plus it's just sometimes the atmosphere, like it felt like people were just watching a movie with the seats that they were in. It was weird looking as far as the aesthetic. So that's kind of how I feel about it. And Kyle Fletcher's a star, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
him in the Orange match was good. I can't believe that. It's like, is the announcers not paying attention to Collision? It's like I knew that was like the evil hologram El Clone. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
It's like, come on. It's like, just can't be that dumb. I also did like the fact that even though Jurassic Express came out to help him, Kenny Omega's like you think we're all buddy now? I forgot what you helped the Elite do to me last year. It's like, so I appreciate that. It's like I appreciate that from Kenny, where it's just like not all is not easily forgiven when it comes to Jack Parrott. It's like, so I did appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sure Tony's going to do that. It's like TK is not going to be able to resist that. She'll eventually drop the TBS title when she passes Jade Cargill because it's getting close to that.
Yeah.
She'll have the record for longest TBS title reign, and then she can drop the title.
Yeah. And to me right now, as far as this week of wrestling, it was 2 slogs and a club sandwich.
Yeah.
Because what I mean by club sandwich, no one knows. When I say club sandwich, I mean it's great, but it's never going to excite me. It's not something I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to have that again. But it does its job, and that's what Raw was to me. It's pretty average for that. And then SmackDown and Dynamite, there's like, okay, that's awesome. And then a lot of other crap. And that's what I felt like with SmackDown and AEW on that. But speaking about fun, you want to talk about NXT?
Yeah, let's get to NXT because this was good stuff.
The new NXT champion Ricky Saints opened the show in the ring to cut a promo celebrating his win with the fans. NXT Women's Champ JC Jane interrupted, saying they had bigger things to worry about with TNA. Ava and Santino came out, followed by Max Santana and TNA Knockouts champion Kalani Jordan. Ava made Ricky and JC the captains of the NXT teams, and Santino said Santana and Kalani were the TNA team captains, and that the captains get to pick the rest of their teammates for the 4-on-4 Survivor Series match next week at the NXT versus TNA Showdown special. They would have a summon at the end of the show and had until then to make their picks. Jada Parker defeated Lash Legend. A promo from North American champ Ethan Page was interrupted by TNA's Mustafa Ali, who reminded everyone that before he was released by WWE 2 years ago, he had a North American title shot scheduled for No Mercy that year, and he talked to Ava and Santino, and they agreed to finally give him that shot he lost out on, and will face Ethan next week for the title. Ethan wasn't happy, and they got into a brawl to end the segment. Miles Bourne defeated Josh Briggs thanks to Matt Cardona of TNA stopping Briggs from cheating with the steel chair. Again, Lola Vice defeated Fallon Henley. Javon Evans and TNA X Division champ Leon Slater defeated the Culling. That was fun. The main event segment, Ava and Santino held the summit between NXT and TNA in the ring with wrestlers from both sides in and around the ring. Ricky said the men's NXT team would be him, Trick Williams, Javon Evans, and Miles Bourne. Trick kept calling himself co-captain, and Ricky put him in his place. For the men's TNA team, Santana picked Moose, Kazarian, and Leon Slater to join him. For the women's team, JC picked Sol Rocco, Lola Vice, and Jada Parker to join her, while for TNA, Kalani chose The Inspiration and Mara Jade to join her. Santana said TNA was going to win next week, and then who will beat Trick at Bound for Glory and bring the TNA championship back home and attack Trick, which triggered a brawl between the NXT and TNA rosters. Shawn Michaels came out and smiled at the chaos to close out the show. So yeah, for those who don't know or didn't watch or aren't online, Kalani Jordan ended up being the TNA Knockouts champion because of everything that happened with Masha. This was kind of all right, let's just do this.
It's a combination of Masha was pulled from a title match against Ash by Elegance, and then apparently there's something up with Ash by Elegance where she can't wrestle right now, and we don't know the exact reasons, and she had to basically vacate the title. And they hastily put together a title match to get a new champion who will face Indy Hartwell at Bound for Glory, and ended up being Kalani Jordan beating Zia Lee.
Right.
So Kalani is the TNA Knockouts champion for the time being. Yeah, that was my feeling too, Caden. I'm like, the NXT women better be winning this match because it is really lopsided. I mean, you say what you will about JC, but JC's got Lola Vice, Jada Parker, and Sol Rocco backing her up. I mean, good against the Iconics and Mara Said, formerly Jakar Jackson. I mean, I'm sorry, good night. There's the discrepancy between the NXT and TNA women's teams is quite large. The men's teams, that's some good matchups there on the men's side. So that's going to be a fun Survivor Series match. But yeah, exactly. It's just I was like the Iconics, and it's just funny. Even though they're TNA, all three. One is a current WWE superstar. The Inspiration and Zayd are all former WWE stars.
Yeah, and they're straight NXT, straight from NXT to the main roster people. They didn't. They started in Indies, but it wasn't like they were on any other big promotion. It was literally NXT, and then Mara Said didn't even get to. Well, she did do some matches in the main roster, but she wasn't ever on the main roster like the Iconics were. For that. So I just found that was funny. And that's why I was saying this Invasion Showdown does have some kind of WWE type stuff to it, because it's we don't have enough of our people to match up with your people. So we're just going to have your people be on our team. With Kalani being the Knockouts champion, just sure, I'll represent TNA. I'm like, what? Who's writing the checks? I just found that funny and how different it was. What do you think about how they were making sure that Jordan and Joe Hendry weren't going to be selected on the teams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that it's like there was a lot of like jockeying, and that both JC and Ricky was like, okay, let's once you go on and prove yourselves, it'll help me determine who's going to be on the team. So, very interesting that Matt Cardona decided to insert himself into the Miles Bourne Josh Briggs match. I guess that'll be leading to something between him and Josh Briggs, I assume. The Ali was a nice surprise, and I had a feeling that's exactly where they were going because at Ethan's work, because I was like, as soon as he started to bring it, I was like, I know where you're going with this.
Yeah.
Because I was excited for that, because like it's like Ali was getting quite the push in NXT at the time before he got cut. So I'm glad he brought up about like he was scheduled to have a North American title match at the No Mercy show 2 years ago before WWE cut him loose. So I'm glad he's like, I'm finally getting that match that I should have had 2 years ago. I'm not expecting to win. I'm expecting Ethan to win that, because this is where I'm thinking of going with as far as the matches goes for. I think the NXT women's team is going to win. TNA men's team is going to win. Ethan will beat Ali, and the Hardys are going to beat Dark State.
Yeah.
So that way, both sides have wins. So it kind of evens out.
Right. And then Matt, and I think I think Santana's going to pin Trick to win it. To keep going with that narrative.
It'll be interesting to see how the NXT men's team is. I think it's definitely Trick is going to play a factor in them losing, despite Ricky being and who else he's got in the team. Because the men's team, both men's teams for both TNA and NXT are pretty strong.
Yeah.
I mean, Santana was smart to pick both like Moose and Leon Slater, two of the best people they got. And then Kazarian's really good. You know, it's like so. And it also you got a little bit of both face and heel on each side, so it kind of helps.
Well, you got to kick Kazarian because he's one of the OG TNA guys anyway.
He is.
And
it's like so that made sense. It's and Moose is like very TNA too, so it's like. And Leon Slater is one of the rising stars. So all the choices made sense.
Yeah.
Especially with Ricky picking Javon and Miles, who are on the rise on NXT side. Trick is like, I'm the co-captain. It's like, what do you mean co-captain? What are you talking about?
Ricky's so good on the mic, dude.
I know. It was great. And of course they furthered Lainey Reed try to prove herself so she can join Fatal Influence to replace Jasmine next, which is going to happen pretty soon. I love the segment with Jordan Grace summoning Joe Hendry by accident.
Yeah, I was alluding to that earlier of saying like I liked how they that was how you wrote those two out from being a part of the Showdown matches.
Yeah, I like that because like I was surprised that JC wasn't considering Jordan Grace, but the fact that she used to be TNA, but now she's WWE, and how, Joe Hendry's TNA, but he's been, he spends a lot of time on NXT,
right.
He was at WrestleMania and the Rumble, that both sides are kind of like, we don't know where exactly you're going to stand. You're kind of like, you got, one foot in one door and one out the other. But Jordan Grace is liable to have some kind of role because she put out a thing on social media tonight saying, it's like, I should have been on the fucking NXT women's team. It's like telling both like Ava and Santana to fix it. So I feel like both Jordan and Joe are going to play a role on the Showdown next week. It'll just be seeing in what capacity. Yeah.
Yeah. With Mustafa, I'm glad that he brought it up. He was like, I was going to do that. And then
that's just such a great use of actual history. And right. I know this, and people online reminded, Shawn Michaels was not happy that Ali got cut. He was not happy. He did not want him to be cut loose, but it wasn't his call. So right. I think this is Shawn making it up to Ali because of the crossover. And I think that's a great idea. So because it's like, I don't think Ethan's losing the North American title. It's like you got to have at least TNA people win an NXT title, and I think the Hardys make the most sense because of their ties to WWE, that they would be perfectly okay with having the Hardys win the NXT tag titles because the Hardys really want to have that one last run in WWE. They've said it.
Yeah.
They really want to have one more run in WWE before they accept any kind of Hall of Fame induction.
Right.
And it was ridiculous that they offered only Jeff a Hall of Fame induction and not Matt. It's like that's like an insult. They need to go in together. It's like, give me a fucking break.
You brought back that team, brought back the glory days of tag team wrestling. And then now they've become the glory days of tag team wrestling.
Now, the other reason I'm saying that Hardy's are going to beat Dark State and win the NXT tag titles is because they're putting the TNA tag titles on the line against the Dudley Boys at Bound for Glory in that tables match.
Gotcha.
That's one of the reasons the Dudleys agreed to the match, because Hardy's like, we'll put the TNA tag titles on the line for you, because then you can add this to your because it's like what they've won 25 tag team championships in all the companies they've been in, which is ridiculous.
Right. Which
so
TNA
like,
was one of them.
It's like here's a opportunity to win tag team championship number 26, guys.
Right.
Just a quick segue. I did like how that setup was done on TNA, where Devon and Bubba Ray were like, "Yes, we have history, but we need more if we want to do this." And then they added tag titles. I'm like, okay. And then they both were like, that tables match at Royal Rumble 2000. We hated that you beat us in that match. That's our match. The tables match is our match, and you beat us that night. And that still bothers us 25 years later. So let's make this a tables match for our final match. So I thought that was a nice touch storyline wise to their history. So because the tag titles were an important incentive for the Dudleys to agree to this final match with the Hardys, they're not losing them to fucking Dark State. It's like, and plus, it's like TNA needs to have someone on their side winning an NXT title at this point with everything that's happened. So Hardys winning the tag titles makes most sense. So that's what I'm looking for, that, because like the roof will blow off the fucking joint when the Hardys win the tag titles. I'll tell you that.
So Josh Briggs right now is in that Hank and Tank area where like the talent is there, but I just don't buy it with Josh Briggs. Like, the talent's there, he's getting the heat, but to me, I'm just not. It's not working for me, and that's where like Hank and Tank come in. It's just like, I get it, understand it, doesn't work for me. It's kind of the same thing with Gift and the Wyatt Six. He's like, I get it, doesn't work for me, but this does. Like, that's where I'm at with Josh Briggs, because it's like, I get it, but he doesn't excite me. I'm not excited for any match that he's in, even though they're good matches. Like, where are you on the Josh Briggs thing?
He's getting heat. It's leading more to a little more go away heat, but at least he's getting heat. Okay, definitely agrees with you about Josh Briggs. So There you go.
Yeah.
I get where you're coming from. I think he needs to refine a little bit more so that he's getting like proper good heat and not like get the fuck off our TV heat.
Yeah, I'm not saying that, get the F off my TV. Like, it doesn't feel forced. It feels it like it's going to all the story beats. It's like, okay, I'm good with this. It's just something about him does not work. And sometimes that happens. But it's not that he's not doing the work. It's not that everything makes sense. It doesn't feel forced. He's not getting go away home heat. It doesn't feel like this is boring. I don't like you. Like, he's getting good heat for a heel to have, and he does the right things for a heel to generate said heat. It's not cheap, but I just don't care.
Yeah. No, I get it. It's I see what they're trying to do with it. Yeah, it's not clicking with me 100% either, but I appreciate the effort, and we'll see if they succeed.
Yeah. I mean, the stuff was great. Jada and Lash.
Jada Lash was good. I'm glad it's like Jada's getting that renewed push. She is so over as a babyface right now. It's not even funny, man. It's like the fans love Jada Parker.
Yeah. And it's like, Sean, you've been great this year. Please give her a belt or something.
And honestly, JC's picks make the most sense. Yeah. Like, if Jordan and like Blake are not on your team, having Sol Rucka, Jada Parker, and Lola Vice backing you up, that's pretty damn good. Those are three of the best in the women's division you got. after Jordan and Blake. So it's like
unless something just doesn't work, Sol Roca is the future.
she's gonna get over so well on the main roster. I'm glad that I think it's a good idea to have her and Zarya go after Alexa and Charlotte for the tag titles, because that's a nice way to introduce her to everyone in the main roster who may not be familiar with her, and Zarya too. So, but
yeah, and I know with the kind of talking more about Sol Roca because of what's been said about when Jasmine Nix left, and they're now saying like, oh, this is what happens. This is what happens when you don't hire people that actually like wrestling. You just give them money because of contract or like because of a job at it because they're a good athlete or something like that. And the thing is some people get it and some people don't. But they're doing the right thing because Tiffany Stratton was hired straight out of gymnastics or whatever. She liked wrestling, but here's Tiffany Stratton, what she's doing. And Sol Roca is another thing. She was gymnastics, whatever, at Oregon. She didn't know.
She really is.
Yeah, she is. And after that first Soul Snatcher, and then I saw her next match, I was like, yeah.
She's fantastically gifted in the ring. She's got one of the coolest finishers in wrestling. She's still double belted, even though the Speed Championship doesn't mean too much to me. The fact that they got 2 belts on her shows what they think of her.
Right.
And she's had that North American title for quite a while.
Yeah. And
so,
her mic skills will fine.
She comes off as just a very likable baby face. It's like her personality and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I was very skeptical about Zarya being paired with her, but it's definitely helped both of them out, especially Zarya develop like character development. So it's ended up working out for her.
Yeah, and their online presence with all the videos and stuff that they do together, really sells it.
Yeah, exactly. So this Showdown show, it's also very interesting that the timing of this show. It just so happens that Dynamite's going to be on a Tuesday next week.
Mm-hmm. And it's weird that Blood and Guts and Survivor Series War Games are happening the same month for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
Yeah. Very interesting coincidence.
It's remember like when movies for some reason like the same movie made by different studios would come out like the same year. Like we had like 3 Snow Whites and a couple Jungle Books, and like it's like, what are we doing? Like they just go on a run of like, oh, and here's these monster movies. Like this is what it feels like right now, but it's in wrestling. It's like, oh, you doing Hell in a Cell? Okay, we'll do blah blah blah. Oh, you're doing a ladder match? Well, we're gonna do 7 ladders. Like it just feels like we're getting now not just counter programming, but like our gimmick match versus your gimmick match. Who's gonna tune in? Like it's getting to gimmick match same day shit.
So, I also like that we're seeing the Survivor Series match again, because it's like I actually kind of missed that as an old school wrestling fan. It's like remembers the birth of Survivor Series in the 80s. I like that how like okay, HBK is like okay, you took War Games away from me, Triple H, and you're using the main roster. All right, let me use the Survivor Series match, and that fits, and that's a perfect idea for this whole crossover with NXT and TNA. It's a perfect vehicle to have like this cool NXT versus TNA crossover show next week. So I thought that was a brilliant idea to bring the Survivor Series matches into this. So both Survivor Series matches should be fun. We've got Ethan Page, Ali should be fun, and then of course Dark State Hardys. I'm really looking forward to NXT versus TNA Showdown next week.
Yeah, definitely am. And last but not least, the Javon Evans and Leon Slater versus the Coling match. that was fun.
That was holy cow. That dive Javon did to knock I can't remember if it was Spears or Vance onto the fucking announce desk. That was insane. Like I was like, oh my god, Javon and Leon on the same team. This is gonna be nuts.
And that there's 2 cutters. Like that was like poetry in motion, man. When they did the double cutters.
Mm-hmm.
It just
they're gonna put on a banger at Bound for Glory.
Mm-hmm. They really are. It's gonna be that's that.
No.
Yeah, that's made. That's just get your popcorn ready.
Yeah, get your popcorn ready.
Yeah.
You like Big E?
Yeah, exactly. The only thing, like, you think it's going to work, but because of their styles, this could have a lot of botches in it. Hopefully, they don't go full Osprey Ricochet from like full on Cirque du Soleil type stuff. I don't. It could get to that area. As far as what my fear is just maybe too many botches, or we get to Cirque du Soleil level. I don't think it will be, because I've watched both of these guys go in the ring. I don't think it'll be that crazy. I think they will give it pace and let the match breathe. But that's the only fear that I have. But I am on the 9.9 excited meter out of 10 on that. But yeah, of this week, NXT was definitely the best show. It's the only show that I'm like, I can't wait to see the next one of all the rest of them. It's like, cool, Cody and Randy are teaming against the Braun Browns. Cool. Oh, what's Roman going to do? Cool. Kabuki Warriors is just kind of going with that.
There's a lot
of that Showdown stuff. It's just different.
Yeah, the NXT and TNA stuff has been fun. Also, I just loved HB coming out and just like, this is awesome, man. It's just smiling at the chaos.
Yeah. And hey, Matt Cardona, you're in WWE again.
Yes, they found a way to
watch his
WWE TV again.
Yeah,
the crossover.
Right. Were you able to watch his like?
No, I heard that he did like his own little Unreal.
It was really like it was actually like it wasn't like a play on like, oh, you did Unreal, so I'm gonna do like, Long Island IZ. Like, no, this was like a legit behind the scenes, and like Matt kind of going over. He even talked about the comment that Kevin Owens said about like, you want to get back to WWE, but you love the indie god. Like, he kind of talked about that. Karrion Kross, who showed up at GCW, him and Scarlett were on there doing said some things. So I recommend, guys. Matt Cardona put it out. He did his own like behind the curtain type stuff that WWE did for Netflix. It's really cool, and it's just cool to see, at least from Matt Cardona's perspective, of where the indies are these days. So I do recommend watching. I think it might be around 35 to 40 minutes. So it's just really, really, really good stuff. The production's really good because Matt Cardona knows how to sell himself better than any wrestler, as far as that I know, on the indie scene, at least, if he does this stuff. But yeah, anything else, Justin?
Nope, I think that pretty much covers it.
All right. Well, we're 3 outs away.
Yeah, Crown Jewel and Wrestle Dreamer are shaping up to be pretty good. The Showdown show next week for NXT versus TNA looks to be going to be fun times. So lots to look forward to the next few weeks here. Yeah,
lots to look forward to. Well, that wraps it up for us, as Justin's going to sweat out these last 3 outs that they're going in the top of the ninth for. Yankees are up 4-0. So should.
Sorry about your Reds, buddy.
We got there. We at least we're winning.
Thank you, Ken.
Thanks, Ken. Thanks for joining us. Join us next week, as always, at 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern. But yeah, the Reds, it felt like we were just happy to be there. And I was, because really and truly, we got to the playoffs in 2020, but that doesn't count because that was a COVID, like 60-game season. The last time we really truly were in the playoffs was in 2013. And this felt like we weren't just a 1-game wild card like they used to do. So at least felt cool there. I got more. It's always nice to pop champagne after a loss because we lost to the Brewers, but because the Mets lost, though, we got into the playoffs. So that's always cool there. So it is something to build on. Terry Francona made some weird moves throughout the year that I was kind of questioning, but it's Terry Francona.
Hopefully that's something they can build toward next year, because it's like they were just lucky to even get in. It's like the Mets completely shit in the bed and opened the door for them. So
yeah. So, but I'm. It's just nice to see the Reds in that playoff, literally the playoff picture. When you see the playoff picture, I'm literally visioning the playoff picture. But all right, guys. Other things we got going on. Obviously, we'll be here join us every Thursday at 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern. We go over the week that was in wrestling and what possibly could be. And then on tomorrow, me and Sol will be doing our bracket bitches to go over our group of us down in the Discord. Discord link is down below. It is free to join. We also do like bracket challenges with different sports that are going on, not just March Madness, which is expanding. Probably going to expand, which I totally disagree with. But we do that. We're doing that tomorrow night to go over. Just join us in on. We're going over the WNBA. We're into the finals now, and see of everybody that filled out our brackets on our Discord members of who's winning and who's not. Spoiler alert: it's not me. And then on Mondays, you have Tushka and I breaking down the world of fantasy sports and making sure you all are good to go with your fantasy football teams at Fantasy F Around, which we go on at 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern there. And then every Wednesday is Rev Sports Wrap It Up, where we wrap up, just like on this show, we wrap up the week that was in wrestling. We wrap up the week that was in sports. So join us over there at 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. So, Justin, we did it again. Another episode. And I'll let you get to your Yankees because cross your fingers, you got something to celebrate. See you guys.